Palermo in the 16th century was a chaotic Mediterranean hub famous for the joyous excess of its carnival. That changed when the king departed, leaving his governor, Friedrich, in absolute control. He immediately turned the city into an isolated, puritanical state. His first act was a sweeping decree. He shuttered the taverns, abolished carnival, and declared that any offense of love was now punishable by death. The first victim of this code was a young noble named Claudio. He was arrested and sentenced to the block, not for a crime of violence, but for loving a woman. Friedrich's law criminalized human nature itself. By making basic affection a capital offense, he replaced the city's vibrant street life with a pervasive atmosphere of fear and surveillance. Desperate for a reprieve, Claudio's friend Lucio seeks out the only person with enough moral standing to challenge the governor, Claudio's sister, Isabella, a novice nun living in a silent convent. Isabella confronts Friedrich in his courtroom. She appeals to his Christian values, begging him to look past the letter of his own law and grant her brother mercy. Friedrich responds with a piece of calculated extortion. He promises to pardon Claudio, but only if the novice nun agrees to sleep with him. Isabella realizes a direct accusation will never stick against a man of Friedrich's status. To save her brother, she has to lure the governor into a situation where he is caught violating his own decree. Isabella organizes a meticulous sting operation. She stops acting as a petitioner and starts acting as an operative, designing a trap that uses his own corruption as the trigger. Isabella sends Friedrich a letter feigning surrender. She promises to meet him for a secret rendezvous on the very night of the carnival she just outlawed, but Isabella has no intention of showing up. She recruits Mariana, the woman Friedrich secretly married and then abandoned, to take her place in the darkness of the meeting spot. The hypocrisy spreads through the governor's staff. Even his chief of police, Brighella, is caught in the snare, agreeing to meet a woman while disguised in a Pierrot clown mask. While the trap is being set, Friedrich commits a final betrayal. Isabella intercepts a secret order, revealing that the governor has no intention of honoring the pardon. He has ordered Claudio's immediate execution, despite the agreement. With the execution warrant signed, the clock is now running. Isabella's plan is no longer just about exposing a hypocrite. It is a race to stop a state-sanctioned murder. Recognizing that covert trickery might be too slow to save Claudio, Isabella takes the conflict into the streets of Palermo. She finds a population already at the breaking point. Despite the ban, the citizens have spent the evening organizing a massive illicit carnival in the city's hidden squares. Isabella rallies the disguised crowds. She tells them the truth about their governor's ultimatum, turning their celebration into a targeted political uprising. She uses the momentum of the forbidden carnival to overwhelm the city's patrols. The crowd's masked revelry becomes the cover for a direct assault on Friedrich's authority. At midnight, Friedrich arrives at the rendezvous point. He is masked and alone, believing he is about to collect his illicit prize from Isabella. Instead, he is surrounded. The mob, guided by Isabella and Lucio, emerges from the shadows to corner the governor. The crowd rips the mask from Friedrich's face. They find the man who banned love and laughter, caught in an illicit embrace with the wife he discarded years ago. Simultaneously, the police chief Brighella is dragged into the light, humiliated in his ridiculous clown costume before the very citizens he was supposed to be policing. Friedrich is caught in a legal paradox. By attempting to indulge in the same vices he sentences others to death for, he destroys the moral logic of his own regime in front of the entire city. Utterly disgraced, Friedrich asks for the death penalty, demanding to be judged by the same ruthless standard he used against Claudio. But the citizens of Palermo refuse. They reject Friedrich's bloodthirsty legalism entirely, choosing to abolish the anti-love law in favor of a general amnesty. The prison gates are opened, Claudio is reunited with his sister, and Isabella, realizing she prefers the world to the convent, agrees to marry Lucio. The true king returns to the city amid cannon fire. Seeing the crowds in costume, he joins the celebration, officially reinstating the carnival. Wagner's opera serves as an intellectual exercise in the limits of power. It suggests that any legislation designed to override human instinct eventually collapses under the weight of its own hypocrisy.